Good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is Dr. Rao coming to you with something I kind of found um, today with all sorts of people that were um, coming to me and with this doubt about things, right? And I saw that in a couple of rooms I was attending, and also as a fundamental question that was always presented in the ancient Indian wisdom. Take Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita. The essential message is you are not just this limited body and mind, you are that inner spirit, they call it Atman or soul, that is the one consciousness reflected in everybody. That's what you are. This is a very significant thing for our welfare, for our mental and bodily well-being, and in so many ways, it's a very, very good thing to understand and try to be that, right? Uh, I think that's the one single most important thing we need to understand. I was at a burnout symposium yesterday. It was like 3 hours long, and the speakers did an excellent job of presenting how the burner problem is, how it is really expanding, it's not getting under control, and they were suggesting so many systemic changes and also individual resilience and all that, right? But they don't talk about this because they're always talking within the mind, with the theories, with the conclusions, with the thoughts and emotions that we have confined to the mind structure. But if you are not the mind, if you are not just the thought, then you are missing the boat of how to handle this burnout problem, which is arising out of the thought structures, right? So the doctor, for example, I know about the burnout among the doctors. They feel like their ego is not pampered, or they are not given the upliftment, or they have no approval, or they have no recognition, or adulation, or adoration. They don't have the satisfaction because their ego is not appeased, right? And also the ego having the opinion about itself, it has expectations of itself, and then things change outside, and economy change, and policies change, and the hospitals have become revenue centers only. So people are only interested in making money, not to help the patients become healthy and quicker, right? So that is the state of affairs. In that kind of affairs, how can you establish any approval or any appreciation for that? You see, people don't get it, and also their own mind is going against them, right? That's when people are committing suicides and all that. Those kind of things I was seeing, and I saw this glaringly absent yesterday in that burnout uh, prevention and also burnout uh, cure or treatment. They are missing the boat completely as far as I'm concerned. So that kind of thing, once you understand, then you know what this is all about. Okay. Um, so I was talking to my sister in India, and in India also the same thing. People think they are either the body and they want to do all sorts of things to protect it, and then to really be in the fear of death, or they are in the thoughts and emotions because they have lost this essence of being, that essence of yourself, which is that Atman or soul or spirit, and they are really reeling under consciousness and mind consciousness, but not really conscious being. Just to be that is very, very important. Those kind of people are not looking at that at all. And that's why they are living a limited, really life that is confined to the body or to the mind, you know, and that's why all the suffering. The essence of this thing about realizing yourself as the soul is to transcend suffering. It's not that you're going to overcome suffering. It's like you understand and you let it be at the body level and mind level, but you yourself are not affected. That is the deeper meaning of this, you know. So I thought I will come up and present to this my friends and then see what they have to say. Let me see. I know Vaishnavi, whether she wants to talk about anything, I'll bring her up if she wants to come. You know. So this is something at the burnout level. I'm kind of quite aware. That's why I don't get to get burned out because even though I take a lot of duties, a lot of things, I kind of keep my thought kind of in check. So that means in silence. So when you can cultivate the silence and maintain that through the work and use mind only as needed, instead of generating all sorts of um, noises in our mind, and then you really enjoy the benefits of the silence, benefits of not secreting all these stress hormones, and also benefits of able to sleep very soundly, which will renew your body and mind. See? So multiple advantages are there, and you cannot get this as a concept or as a statement, as something that you can write it down, or with your senses or your mind. You got to be not just the body, that is body of made of physical body, senses, and mind, but as a being that is within. Just to be that, you got to really understand what is this mind and transcend it. You know. So Ramana Maharshi famously said, just be that. If that is your goal, the process is to really destroy your ego sense of myself, you know. Then you will have the mind there, but without the sense of I am the ego, I am the one who is going to do all that. But you see the same consciousness that is within you as Atman is all pervading everybody. Then you can accept everybody, you can see them for what they are clearly, not your opinion of their ideas, not your opinion of how they look, but who they are within as human being. The being is the to be that is everything. You know, once you are that, look at what happens in your mind. It will calm down and it will work very efficiently for the things that you want to make it work. Otherwise, it will be resting, right? So that kind of thing I wanted to present here. I wanted to people to understand how important this is, and uh, it's very difficult if you really thinking through your mind. But if you can suspend that, pause that, and then you can feel with your intuition who you are. Stay in that. Don't let the mind run on its own. Use the mind rather than being used by that. So, some of the simple things you can do for that is get up in the morning. Don't rush into all these thoughts and thought streams and memories or projections that are made with thought. But just be in touch with your body, touch with your environment, touch with the nature around, and then just be yourself. For that, just take deep breaths, calm the mind down, and stretch and stay in that silence for a few minutes, like a 10, 15 minutes in the morning, and then cultivate being in the present moment. And take that as a perfume through the day. That means you're going to be present with whatever you are doing. You're going to be really working on that only and don't follow. When you are learning something, fine, learn it. But when you are learning what you are doing, you are paying attention to the author. You will say, what is it that he wants to say? What is that I want to learn? How is this going to be useful for me? All that, right? And then you are questioning your active mind, you are being in the present. And then you can take that insight of whatever he is offering on whatever subject it is. And then later on you can think about it, you can ask questions around it, but you still with the subject. That is being in the present, and you are learning things too. So be in the present, do whatever you do with complete attention, and at the end of the day, you will have less clutter in your mind, and you will be able to sleep much better come the night. You know, or if you accumulate a lot of things in your mind, try to clear them by staying in the your being in the night before you go to bed. You know, that's also a wonderful practice. You know, but there are people who are very knowledgeable about this. They are called gnanis. The gnani is always look inward, and they are touched with what is going on with them, and they have the mind really suspended. That way, they don't have that movement of the mind anymore. That is the essence of it. Okay. And there is a poem for this too. They say if you associate yourself with those kind of people, then you will see all these attachments, all the desires and everything, they are a movement of thought. Once that is understood and then you limit them to the minimum, then the thought will be uh, quiet and calm and very invigorating. Then you are established in your real self. That is the being. That's to be that is everything. Okay. All the religions, all the philosophies, everything is working towards that. Okay. This is a very significant thing if you realize that by yourself in your life. You know, this is my just presentation of what I felt when I went to the burnout, and then a couple of other rooms where people are arguing about casteism, about obesity, and they are really divided. They are arguing at the mind level. But if you go deeper, they are all human beings, right? Once you realize that, there is no difference between anybody, and you will be talking to only the being. You know, that's a wonderful thing to be in, and that is what in Bhagavad Gita they said, "Yogastha Kurkarma." First, establish yourself in that soul, in that essential consciousness that is around everybody, and then do anything. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say for today. And if anybody is interested to come up and talk, we are more than welcome and express your opinion. Um, Otherwise, that's essentially what I wanted to say. There's a lot to say about the process involved. If basically your aim is to be, you have to destroy what you developed as an ego. And that means you have to understand and you have to transcend. You're no longer working as an egoic entity, but you are that being which is beyond ego. That takes a lot of work. That takes real good understanding of the processes involved in that. You know, but most of the time people are involved in their thoughts, in their feelings, in their opinions, in their conclusions and concepts. So they have no rest of the mind, and that peace they can never experience because they're always allowing the mind to run. Okay, feel it by yourself intuitively, and you'll understand what it is. You know, if you can't get into the intuition, then you know you are established in that thought space. Okay, get out of that, be in that being, and then you will be fine. Okay. So with that, I'll be ending this talk. I just wanted only a brief talk today, and then I will be talking to you again as the time permits for me. Thank you, and I'll be seeing you again as the I'll be seeing you again as time permits. For now, this is it, and I'll be talking to you again. Bye bye.